part of this course, we'll get a little bit more action-oriented. We'll write functions, we're going to set objects and their properties, and even make a little code bakery and video game as examples. Let's go! Functions are the real action makers of JavaScript. So they let you write code under a certain action name, and then when you call that action name, your code runs. So let's set up a quick example where we console.log the start of the program as usual so we can see where our function is running within the program. We'll also close off here with end of program, and we're going to run our function in between the two. You'll have to note that there's a difference between calling a function and defining one. We're going to actually define the function up at the top of the code because defining a function doesn't actually run it. So here it's just basically we're defining a word, but we're not using it yet. We'll call our function say hello. So you're going to write the name of the function plus parentheses, open it with a curly bracket, and then inside what we want the function to be is console.log hello. So when I call say hello, my console.log code should run. So we'll call say hello in here in between the start of the program and the end of the program. Open up the console, and we see that our function did indeed run under the name say hello, which means it console.logged the message hello. Now let's jump into a whole other level of goodness, which involves adding variables to a function. So in this function say hello, I'm just going to do some quick modifications. I'm going to set a variable called message and set that message equal to hello, which is the greeting that I want to appear in the console. Next up, as part of the function, I'm going to return that message. So in order to actually see the message that I've defined as a variable, I need to return it. Now I can just wipe out this whole thing and console.log the function itself. So I can call the function from within console.log. Now when I open it up in the console, I see my message right there. Now let's discuss parameters, which are an integral part of functions. Parameters for me have always been one of the hardest things to understand about programming, and they're a bit difficult to teach as well. Ultimately, all you need to know is that they're information you can pass to a function that the function can then use once it actually runs. You set up the parameters in the function definition. Let's take a quick look at how to do that. In my greeting example, I'm going to add a parameter called name. This could be anything, I could call it armchair or something completely unrelated to what the contents actually is. As long as down in the actual function code, I'm going to use that same name that matches the name of the parameter. So when I call the function say hello, now I'm going to pass a name to the function. And then the function will use the name that I passed as part of the message that it shows in the console. So we'll call say hello here, and inside we'll pass the name David as a parameter. Since David is a string, I put it in between quotation marks. Here we're going to do the same thing and call it with the name Seisha. So once we'll run the function, we're going to see in our console the names, hopefully, David and Seisha as part of our hello messages. Since those are the parameters name that we passed each time that we called the function. Let's take a look in our console to make sure that that worked. And we do indeed see two greetings, one saying hello to David and one saying hello to Seisha.